Alright, it's time to play Mite. So this is the tutorial at the start of the game where the player is shown how to run and jump. They must jump over this pillar. Now if the player runs off the edge of the tutorial, they are teleported back to the start. The player is then shown the shift button as something that will change time somehow, so pressing shift, you can see that the cone moves back in time and everything goes black and white except for the player. And the player can move while everything else goes back in time. And then there's this the R key shown, which resets the level in case the player gets stuck in a puzzle. And there's a lift icon on the wall. Stabbing on this button makes the lift drop, but the lift is broken and can only go up by rewinding it up back in time. So the player can use that to reach the top of the wall and the next room, where the blue key can be gotten and the control is shown. That rewinds the player themselves back in time. And the HUD at the top of the screen, we can see that it grows slowly as time moves forward. But if the player rewinds himself back through time, it shrinks slowly. So now we have the blue key shown at the top left of the HUD, so the blue door opens when we approach it. And stepping through it teleports the player to the next stage. Here there are two paths. One is this one, and the other is straight ahead, which the player can navigate across. And it only takes the player so close to the red key because it is actually a false path to trick the player. So this is the correct way, and we reach this puzzle. So the first button causes the spikes to drop to the second button. The second button causes the red block to rise. So we can reach it by rewinding the spikes to keep them up. And the third button, which we just saw, made the red block go down. Now the red block, as all things red in this game, cannot be rewound. So the player must tap on the second button to bring it up, and then avoid the third button so that it stays up. And then the player can jump to the next island. Here this enemy chases the player, and if it hits the player dies and respawns at the start of this level. So the player must run to avoid the enemy. Now the enemy can't be rewound, but those moving spikes could be. Reaching this platform stops the music because the player is now safe since the enemy can't jump onto this platform. And the red key can be gotten, and the player then, to get back, can't just jump back, they have to rewind themselves back. Like so, and then they can go to the red door, to the red key, it opens, and they reach the final stage. So here there's just a blue key in this stage, so that'll open the blue door. Spikes underneath this platform will kill the player if they are not careful, so the trick is to avoid the spikes and then jump on top of the platform and use it as a lift. Then the red key is in some spikes, so the player getting it dies, but they can rewind themselves back to when they were alive. And then they enter the fortress where this boss chases the enemy. The key in the background can be seen, and it's the green key, so that'll open the green door, which was at the start of the level. So how does the player get back to the start? They must rewind themselves all the way. So we see here, rewinding goes even back through the teleporting all the way to where the green door is. The player can now open, since they have the green key. That's the end. Thanks for watching.